Hey Peter, nice to see you. You got any trades at the moment, Peter? Still holding my longs from earlier this week and yesterday. I think it should be okay, but yeah, market conditions are a bit sus. Good morning, Cheeseburger. Hello, newbie. Good to see you. Okay, cool. Let's just get started. If you guys have any chart requests, just throw them to live stream trading chat, usual drill. And yeah, we'll just be going through the market, seeing the short-term projections, and just going through the chart requests. So looking at Bitcoin here, my bias is still bullish, but I do note that the current conditions are quite uncertain because of the news events. Ethereum ETF went live yesterday, and Grayscale is charging 2.5% fees, which is very high. So because of that, we're seeing a lot of outflows. So that's driving down the market a little bit. And then we also have Mt. Gox. Bitcoin's moving all over the place, so that's adding some uncertainty as well. So just on a fundamental basis, it's adding some uncertainty to the market, and that's why we're seeing price chopping around. But it's important to keep in mind the bigger picture, the market structure and the order flow. And if you look at the market structure and order flow, it's in fact still decently bullish. So we have this H4 breaker block right here. So a breaker block is a previous order block that has been broken and flipped. In this case here, resistance order block has been broken through and is now acting as support. And it's in alignment with this H4 low here with the H4 fair value gap. So a very good zone to be reversing from, and it's good to see the current buyback following a bearish Asia session today. And we also have recent history with this sort of movement. So have a look here. We also have this H4 breaker block initiating the short-term reversal. So for now, my thoughts on the market is this breakdown of the H4 low is a fake market structure shift to induce shorts opening at the bottom of the market, and then following that with the trapped shorts opening on this breakdown of support here, we see a reversal to the upside during the New York session today or tomorrow. So hopefully that was clear enough. So fairly clear to me right now. We either see the upside reversal right about now, so right in this New York session, or we validate this market structure shift. Moving on to the higher time frames. So you can see we previously reversed from this daily fair value gap after sweeping this April low, and a very strong buyback and order flow following that. So good to keep in mind the higher time frame structure as well. It remains bullish. Obviously it sucks to have trades in drawdown, but as long as we keep intact with the trend and we catch the larger movements in the market, that's all that matters. right? The larger movements is what fuels the high risk to reward trades, which would cover multiple stop outs. So that's the reason for why I remained long and why I longed the past few days. And yeah, just in terms of the upside potential, we have value area high at 70,000. So I don't expect any massive dumps until there, to be honest, 70,000. And once we sweep out above 70,000 to 72k, 73k is when you should really start to get very cautious in your longs and starting to scale out and instead scale into short positions. So that's the gist of range trading. Okay, cool. Any pressing chart requests you guys have? Otherwise, I'll just go through the different sectors and see if there are any opportunities there. But mainly the bias is bullish, so we'll be looking for long setups. So let's have a look at Pendle first, because we have an ongoing trade at the moment. Actually, I almost got stopped out yesterday with this wick, but good buyback. Pendle is a bit tricky because it makes its movements in sudden expansions. So these sort of sideways movements these sideways movements really test your patience. But the original plan is still intact. We have the H4, H12 and daily fair value gap in confluence with the golden pocket retracement zone. So as long as that continues to hold, the plan for the upside expansion remains. Alright, so in terms of a bearish bias, sorry, just give me 1 second. I'll be back in just a few seconds. Alright, I'm back. So, personally, my bias isn't bearish at the moment. I've just explained why that's the case. It's mainly due to this H4 breaker block, bullish order flow sweep of this low here, inducing breakdown shorts, trapped shorts around here. So that should give us the fuel for upside expansion. And if you just look at the previous price action here as well, it's quite similar in terms of reversing from the breaker block after sweeping the local low.
Curtis, can you mute this guy? Can't hear.
Sorry, can you say that again, Numi?
Yeah, can you mute this? Just me.
Sure, I'll mute it.
Mic is on and I can't hear anything. And just repeat what you said.
Okay. Yeah, I've muted him. If you guys couldn't hear from before, this will be uploaded afterwards, so you guys can check the recording. I've muted him on my end from the start, so it should be clear. Alright, I'll just go through the chart crests now. So we have core, went through Pendle before, and then we'll go through the XRP. Yep, so we have the daily fair value gap here. Yeah, it's honestly a bit ambiguous. So we do have high time frame support around this level, but this sort of price action movement usually isn't considered bullish. So that movement where it pumps and then dumps all in one go usually doesn't indicate continuation. So just be careful with long setups for this. Okay, XRP. Yeah, so we have the key support resistance zone here. It seems to be respected quite well. So in my opinion, as long as it holds above 0.568, it's quite bullish. Yeah, definitely quite interesting to see that it has been outperforming the market lately. It's usually a cautionary tale, but maybe this time it's different. So for XRP specifically, you can see it's a very clear bullish market structure. Higher lows and higher highs. We have previous week high here. So in short, I wouldn't short until it reacts from the previous week high, 0.64. And pretty much you only short in the condition where the weekly candle wicks above the previous weekly candle and closes below. We have a very good example right here in March. So previous week high, price wicks above and then closes back below, and then that is the indication that price is topped out, and then it'll see a substantial retracement. So that's what I'm looking out for XRP. So either this weekly candle wicks above and closes below, which is bearish, or it closes above, breaks through, and indicates potential continuation towards maybe 0.75. Let's have a look at WorldCoin. So it's definitely generated quite a lot of interest recently. So yeah, I can see why some people are looking to long this coin, because it's currently at the 0.62 retracement zone, which is usually where we see continuation after a pump. But personally, I want to see a break of structure before re-entering longs on WorldCoin. So something like this. Yep. Yeah, that's a great summary, Theo. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, 0.568 is the higher time frame key level to hold for higher time frame bullish bias. And then we just have the previous week high, 0.637 to look out for. With regards to CRT, it's definitely applicable to crypto. We're seeing multiple examples of it playing out very nicely, especially on the weekly time frame. It works out very consistently. So I've used it before to call out the top on Pepe coin with the all-time high. It's like a pretty simple but effective concept, so definitely recommend you guys to look into it if you guys have time. So let's go through the other chart requests. So for WorldCoin, pretty much you wait for this sort of break of structure to indicate a reversal continuation before entering. TIA, I closed yesterday, so we did end up getting the sudden pump towards our second take profit. That's if we didn't get stopped out immediately. And right now yeah, I think it's just going to consolidate for a while, because we had this pump and dump, so that's quite a lot of volatility in a short period of time. And after that sort of movement, you can see that usually the price just consolidates for a while. So that's my view. But in terms of the next couple of weeks, I do expect TIA to eventually test the weekly candle high at 8.33. So we can look to re-enter long in the near future. Right, let's look through the large caps now. So AVAX, Solana, and Ethereum. We have an ongoing trade, I think, from Deformed for AVAX. And I checked before, and I think it's looking quite promising. Okay, so the reason I say that is we have the resistance support flip here. We have the sweep of the H4 swing low, followed by strong buyback. So yeah, looking quite bullish. Yeah, we'll check what Rune is up to. Yeah, just some consolidation. I think ICP moved a little bit. Damn, I almost stopped that, but it's looking okay now as well. So for those long trades from the past few days, pretty much as long as stop loss doesn't get hit, it's all still valid. Right, so I was looking at AVAX. So it's looking like bullish continuation for now. Then moving on to Solana. Okay, so we had the inversion of the daily fair value gap. In terms of retrace entries, I was previously looking at 167, but in bullish circumstances, these gaps can actually get left open for quite a while. So for now, let's just look at the lower time frames, and you can see that we had a sweep of this H4 swing low followed by strong buyback. So that is a bullish sign. That indicates that the order flow is so bullish that the retracements is just to stop out the scalpers, high leverage traders, like the nearby stop losses, and then continuation. So yeah, definitely still bullish order flow. Yeah, so can probably scalp long on this if that's the sort of trade you like to do. And then the bigger picture remains the same. You can see it's kind of just a trading range with around 200 as the top of the range. So if Bitcoin continues to 72k range highs, Solana will do the same thing. So range highs 200 plus. So yeah, AVAX, Solana, both pretty good. Large caps do tend to move quite well with Bitcoin. What else do we have? Okay, so Arbitrum and JUP. So Arbitrum, I actually haven't seen much strength from it in quite a while. So you're usually better off buying something else. But technically, it's also kind of bullish, like I think it should be pretty obvious, right? We have, even if you just use a trend line, you can see the market structure is still higher lows and higher highs. The only thing is it's just extremely choppy on the lower time frames, so that makes it less worthwhile to trade. But in terms of the short-term targets, it'll just be this local range high here, so 0.85. Then JUP. So you can see the higher time frame is bullish, reversal from the weekly fair value gap. This is quite a strong pullback. Yep, 15%. So same sort of perception here, I think. It's a fake market structure shift. So we have the lower time frame traders. You see this breakdown of this swing low, indicating it as a market structure shift to the downside, and that induces short positions. So it traps short positions here, and then that gives the fuel for the price to pump. But just for the short term, we do need to clear this H4 fair value gap, so around 1.02. Otherwise, if it rejects from there, then that validates this market structure shift. But for now, I'm leaning towards this being a fake MSS. Yeah, Pendle isn't doing too much at the moment. It tends to move in sudden expansive moves, so I think it's good to be patient here. I said before that Pendle setup, and in fact all the other setups, are all valid as long as they don't stop out, right? So you can see it's very clear here. It's still in the H4 daily, H12/H4 and daily fair value gap, which is also the golden pocket retracement zone. So it's holding nicely. And then ICP is also fine. This, I think, daily breaker block held as support. So the range low reclaim is held, validated, and then this resistance support flip is also validated. Let's look at IMX. So what's the setup that you see for IMX, David? Bullish continuation. Yeah. Seems okay. It's just the range highs is quite a strong barrier at the moment, 1.66. So my preference is for a breakthrough of that level before attempting longs, because if we long right here, it can just reject again, and then we end up round tripping the trade. But definitely it's still bullish order flow and market structure. Rune looks fine. Yep, it didn't drop much from yesterday's pullback. So yeah, expecting continuation here. It's a fairly easy setup. Alright, nothing happening with BTC dominance. Ethereum is just uncertainty due to the news events. Pepe coin, yeah, nothing much as well. Alright, all the Ethereum related coins don't seem to be doing that much. ENA seems quite strong though. I'll keep that on the watch list. Let's look at a few meme coins. So yeah, from what I can see, I still expect Bonk to be the strongest out of the meme coins right now. So you can see this previous resistance has flipped into support. Very strong bullish market structure. And then very steep pullback as well. So all the top longers are wiped out. 20% retracement. And then we just have the fake market structure shift as well. I think PopCat has been a strong meme coin recently as well. Yep. So Bonk and PopCat is top of the list for meme coins at the moment. And I'll see tomorrow if there's a good setup for them. We can definitely hold it through the weekend for that classic weekend meme coin action. Alright, so we have New York just opening right now. Hopefully we have a normal session for once, because I'm quite tired of those pump and dumps. The altcoins definitely don't like those sort of movements. But yeah, as discussed, it's set out nicely for bullish continuation for now. Alright, is there any other chart requests? So look at STX. STX actually looks quite promising, David. Good spot. So that's the daily fair value gap. Oh yeah, cool. It's a classic power of 3. Yeah, that's the manipulation move, which filled the daily and H4 fair value gap, and I believe this is vaguely a breaker block as well. Yeah, it looks great for some upside movement. Yep, we might try a position on this. Yeah, it normally would just market entry this, but it's like right after New York Open, and don't really want another trade to head straight into drawdown because of New York session shenanigans. But the setup definitely looks quite promising, so good spot. Cool, good news about VIDX. That's always good to hear. Right, so I probably need to head off now. Bit of a shorter stream today, but I hope you guys still got something out of it. We have David's stream on Friday, New York Open, so if you guys want another market update, make sure to tune in for that. And yeah, cool. Hope to see you guys next week, same time. Thanks for tuning in.